What's up, guys? So got another one here. This is one I'm going to have up for a waffle here at some point. This is one of my... I did like a series of radioactive dials, and this was one of them. Granted, this one doesn't have the symbol on the dial. The way we oxidized it kind of gave it that radioactive kind of look to it. So, man, a little bit extra, while it ran through the night, a little extra sprinkles on it. This glass is always so attractive to little things floating on it. So I'm going to grab a microfiber there, but this is one of my pilot dials. This is like MiG-29s is the what we've got kind of going around that. So let me hit it with this microfiber real quick. I should be good now since was rubbing all over it anyway. So I did a black handset on there. So let's get where you can see this real well. Black handset on there. And then pilot dial. So what's kind of cool on this one, just so you can see, I did a Kommandersky engraved antique brass cerakote crown here. This is antique brass cerakote on the case. Got an engraved Baktuk on the side. Now this is actually a brass bezel. This is one of the old bezels that they no longer produce. But when they did, they were like coated to make it look like they were stainless steel. So I used some hydrochloric acid and some muriatic acid and some hydrogen peroxide, and over the course of 3 or 4 days stripped it down. It was pretty pink because I removed a lot of the zinc in it, and copper started showing. So I had to use a mix of citric acid and ammonia, and then buffing to bring it back to the brass. So took longer to make this bezel than it took to build the watch, but came out really awesome. So you can see with that oxidized in there, it's kind of looks like it's burnt essentially down there. But that's that build. Exhibition case back on that small window with a black rotor in there, and we've got a stainless steel movement holder. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there, I promise you. And then we have this on one of my nice, very soft and pliable leathers. My logo on there. Got a matching buckle that put the engraving on there. So that's this build. I hope you like it, and I hope whomever wins it loves it, because I think it's pretty kick-ass. And as always with every one of my builds, it comes with matching beads. And I'd actually probably throw this in a radioactive box. I'll grab one of those. Like I said, typically the ones that I do this on, I put... I have the logo kind of on the dial somewhere, so, but it goes well with the dial being oxidized the way it is. So matching beads on that one, and with every build that I do, it comes with an assortment of things. Leather conditioner when applicable, when there's leather, keeps the leather nice and soft over time. You just rub it in, make sure it kind of soaks in. Rub off any excess, and kind of like you're buffing a shoe. Comes with watch cleaner, which is good on all metal and glass parts, non-streaking, non-residue, non-toxic. And some fine scratch remover, which is Novus 2 repackaged off of Amazon into these little things. It's essentially a cheaper man's version of Poly Watch, and I can include it. I can do about 22 of those for the same price as 3 Poly Watches. So, since I want to make sure you're taking care of your watch, I throw that in there. But if you ever get a scratch on the acrylic, you just put a little tiny bit on there and buff against it, essentially filling it, and then buff it with your thumb on the microfiber, generate some heat, and that will go away real fast. And then lastly, just going over the watch as a whole, both stocks have a tension ring, not a clickable bezel, so you can turn it this way. It's really tough, or you can turn it back. Some of these I can get on really freaking tight, and that's what I prefer, so that it's not moving. But it can move that way, it can move back, it doesn't click. Also, these are automatic mechanical, so what you'll do is you will unscrew your crown from the crown tubes, where you can see there's some play there, you'll know you're off. Now you can wind it. If you wind it, you're kind of pulling back a little bit, but you're not pulling back enough that you're pulling it into the time setting. So you just don't want to be doing it and then get back on your threads. Not that it's a problem, you would just back off your threads. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you wear it, even if you're not very active, you will not lose time. If you do it for closer to 20 seconds, you will max out your 31-hour power reserve, though you can wind it all day if you want. The reversers will just not let it go past 31 hours, so you won't hurt anything, and which is why it was still running, kept perfect time when I checked it now. So you'll pull it to the one and only click. You will now set your time. It's a non-hacking movement, so it's going to keep running. But you'll notice you've got play in the crown, so there's essentially like a ball joint in there, and it will not let you put lateral pressure on the stem and into the movement because it will roll. So it's called a wobble crown. It's a nice design feature. Nothing is broke on your watch. Okay, Google, what time is it?
2:41 p.m.
2:41 p.m. So 2:41 p.m. It also makes it nice and easy to push right back over to your threads. You screw it down. So there you have it. There is the watch build as a whole. Hopefully whomever picks this watch up loves it as much as I do. And if you want to continue to see builds in real time, like and subscribe. And as I put them up, you will get them. So thanks for watching. See you later.